It's going down. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakha Kodash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of quick and important information being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. By the way, it says 1144 over there, but if you take out the 1, what do you see? You see 144. But the title of this article is called Watch, Police Violently Crack Down on Cost of Living Protesters. So as you may know, there are people protesting in France because of the cost of living conditions. So it says here, right, demonstrations for better wages in France elicited a harsh response from law enforcement. And what do you see right here? You see a guy getting carried off like a rag doll. So here it says massive protests against the high cost. Notice how it says high cost of living. So these people have a reason to be out there protesting, right? Because the cost of living is high. Met with a heavily armed police crackdown in Paris on Tuesday, tens of thousands of striking union members and their supporters filled the city streets to denounce President Emmanuel Macron's economic policies and demand better wages in the face of massive inflation. So they are demanding wages, right, in the midst of massive inflation. So let's see what the result of that is. Nothing but pure chaos out there. Believe it or not, this is coming to the United States of America. Because we know how you people here in America like to think, well, it sucks to be them, you know, and nah, that's coming over here from overseas too. Okay? Because one thing you people don't realize is that the devil has control of the whole planet. So So it's not going to just be Europe. It ain't going to just be France. It ain't going to just be Paris. You know, it's going to be the United States of America that's going to be suffering from this as well. Furthermore, if we come over here, right, because what you just seen right there in that video is prophecy. Okay? It is biblical prophecy coming to pass. Let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 16. And give it a moment here. It's a bit slow. It'll get there eventually. So 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men." What is a sedition? Well, a sedition is a uprise or a rebellion against the government. You see? So a rebellion or an uprise against the government would be a sedition. And some examples of a sedition would be things like what? Protests, riots, rallies, just like what you're seeing in this video right here. Okay, thousands of people taken to the streets to protest, to riot against high cost of living issues. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Right? Now, as I read in this article earlier, right, people were basically going to the streets to denounce their president. Well, your president is your king. So don't nobody care what President Emmanuel Macron has to say down there. They're denouncing his economic policies because it do not coincide with their living needs. So they're not going to regard their kings nor princes, and of course their actions shall stand in their power. Verse 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Why? Because when there's riots and protestings going on, usually martial law is implemented. And when martial law is implemented, certain of your roads, your bridges, your exits, and your entrances into the cities are all blocked off by martial law troops. The protesters. They're spraying the protesters. They're using tear gas. So it's getting real, man. And while all these people are out there rioting and protesting, asking for a solution, they're going to come with a solution, all right, but it's going to be a solution that's going to come from the so-called elites. After all, they are responsible for the chaos that is happening upon the earth today. But a lot of these simpletons don't know that. They think it's the government and bad decision making, and no, it's the so-called elites. They have control over these high-ranking officials, these prime ministers, these different Democrats and Republicans, these different presidents, and they are therefore telling them what to do and what to say. And what you hear them say and do on TV is the result of the orders of which they have gotten from on high, from the so-called elites, through the Illuminati, because the so-called elites are the heads of the Illuminati. 2nd Esdras 15 verse 18, it says, "For because of their pride," right, "the cities shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." So the point has been made. These riots and these protests are only going to continue to become more intensified and more worse even as time presses on. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.